Okay, welcome to Cherie's Weight Loss Journey. Well, it's raining hard out there again. You see that mist back there? That's water splashing off of the concrete. And we also got hail. So there's a good chance that even if we don't get a tornado, there's a tornado nearby. So no, we will not be going outside. Okay? See that little white dot there? That's a piece of hail. Yeah.
That is so dope. Look at this aquarium with fishies in there. That's their kitchen, yeah. Would you like to live in a place? Would you like to live in a place like
So yeah.
This is so dope. Man.
Just saying.
I
did sleep in again today.
For sure. Look at the bathroom.
But at least I woke up a little bit earlier. Instead of noon, I woke up at 10. Yes. But, you know, and my dog, she's scared of bad weather. The thunder and lightning, she doesn't like it at all.
The microwave, I don't know if it works.
So
it looks pretty awesome. If you don't like it, they shoot you here.
There's a call coming in.
Something I'm looking forward to make. Anything that makes it look like a steampunk.
So yeah, I thought I would show that to you. And look how saturated the ground is with water. It's just saturated again. Okay? I mean, wow. One of the things that I want y'all to watch is there's an overflow out there on the water. On the street. But watch how people would like speed by.
There's a bonsai tree growing out of his body.
And splash water everywhere. Here's what I want you to see. Oh, well, that guy there, no. That guy there, no. That guy, he don't hardly care. Now, the speed limit out there is supposed to be like 35, 40, right? So, this is one of the reasons why I don't go outside even to make deliveries, because people drive as if they're not driving in 2 or 3 inches of water out there, but they are. And that's dangerous. They could hydroplane easily. You see how fast that truck was going by with a heavy trailer dragging. Okay, so now we're getting another downpour. More thunder. Yeah. So this is what it looks like it's going to be all day. I was hoping to show how fast these weather situations, can change. But it's just not happening today.
He does not. He is accusing her of his own guilty deeds, but she is love, not lust, not vile behaviors. She doesn't go attack people. She doesn't use her gifts or her gnosis. to do this. He hurt
So yeah,
real bad.
that's
He
a
and his
6-foot fence back there,
unintended
and you can
pressure
see when the cars go by,
and heart.
it splashes water everywhere.
harvest didn't go as
Thankfully,
planned.
you know, we have sidewalks now. When I first moved here, there was no sidewalks in back of my house.
Is talking about some kind of prophecy.
This area was not developed to accommodate pedestrians or even the children who walk to schools. But yeah.
Than a masculine. Perhaps spells
But
to draw
here's one of the things that I did want to talk about. What I did want to talk about was I woke up and heard a video where people are trying to tell the chosen ones what to do. And the chosen ones are directly, let me say it one more time, directly connected with Mother, Father, God. Okay? So why would there be individuals out here trying to tell chosen ones how to live their life? That's ridiculous. Right? But that goes to show you how man and humans are. You know, they like to, you know, keep the Piscean age going, where Piscean age was, you know, I'm your mama, I'm your daddy, you know, and I'll tell you what you know, right? Tell you how to think, tell you how to dress, tell you what you don't know, and then I'll confuse you so that, you know, you'll follow my directions. Because if you don't, that means you don't love me. And it's really, really interesting if, you know, you understand emotional power. Now, emotional power is a beautiful thing, but, you know, they don't take into account that, you know, we have the alphas, right? We have the betas, right? We have the deltas, yes, and we have the sigmas. Okay, so why do they want to clump everybody into one group? I don't know. I mean, every day I'm sitting up here listening to these people try to make it seem like we're all the same, right? And it's like, yeah, we're all the same species, but we are all in different developmental patterns. We have layers of energies and composition. And then we also have to consider, you know, our environment. You know, if, you know, if you're stagnated because of, you know, you see, wow. If you see how people will be very talented, but, you know, placed in okay, fire truck during this kind of rain? Okay, anyway. Woo! Now, they had recently outlawed heavy vehicles from traveling down this road because the road couldn't handle heavy weight. But since it's not monitored, there's been big box trucks going down this road. I've even seen 18-wheelers go down this road, and they had banned those vehicles, including buses, from going down this road because the community was getting vibrations from them going down this road, and a lot of them would go down and they would speed, right? And it was wreaking havoc on the homes here.
disgusting.
Anyway, getting back to what I was talking about.
Used to describe a person's appearance.
What you have to understand is people are going through different things and they have different stages,
If they are something
and they've been taught
it means that they appreciate the woman's body,
different
but they
things,
are not pleased with her face.
and how in the world
Buttered
do you wrap your head around to say that we are all the same,
influence.
right?
Someone overly kind.
And I would challenge that, because I would be like, okay, well, if you think that, we're all the same, they have people out here that, easily can lift 100 pounds, right? Can deadlift 100 pounds, and then, then you'll get all of these excuses. Then you'll get all these coulda, wouldas, shouldas, and if that, and well, if I train for 6 months, then I can definitely, lift, 100 pounds, but 100 pounds might be my whole body weight, stuff like that, But like I said, they have room for their excuses, but they don't give room for other people to have excuses of their own because of their handicaps or because they hadn't developed that area. You understand what I'm saying? This is what I'm talking about. Okay? Just like, a lot of times, we'll give grace, to men, until they get about in their late 20s, as being a young man, inexperienced, probably wasn't exposed to this or that, right? But then when it comes to girls as young as 15, 13 years old, they want to give these young girls, 15, 13 years old, who's been sheltered in a home most of her life, and, probably not as educated as, we would like for her to be, compared to an adult. They want to make it seem like they can impregnate a 13, 15-year-old girl and then say, see there, girls are no good. They don't know how to be a good mother. And then they abandon them. Then they get attacked even more because why? Now they're a young girl with children who can't be a good mother because they're a single parent. And here's the thing. This girl didn't fuck herself. No. She was molested and technically, is not supposed to have, consensual sex. Period. So there are violators out there that, are getting away with bringing in unwanted children into this world. And then, they don't want to get caught because they don't want to get paid. They don't want to have to pay for these children, right? And yesterday, I shared the passport bros, right? I think there's about like a 9,000 membership of these passport bros. These passport bros, I call them the brotherhood, okay? And these are men that think that, it's not a crime for them to defile your family, sex up your children, and then, abandon them. And sometimes they abandon them with kids. And I'm like, why do we as a society let that happen and then blame the victim? Right? And then it's like, well, they can't. What are they scared to stop these men from this
So they're choosing somebody who can be nice,
raping and pillaging. What is it?
To gain a relationship, a friendship.
But what it looks like to us is they like seeing this happen. That's what it looks like because they're not stopping it.
You are so bright, and they have someone out there that is.
And then we're like, well, why would you like it? And you're like, are you doing that now? And they're like, no, I'm a happily married man with a family, yay. You know, and I protect my children. It's like, okay, so you protect your children. You're a happily married man. Did you do it when you were younger? Had you done that at any time? And, thankfully the internet has a lot of people making a lot of testimonies and confessions where, men are saying, yeah, they don't really know consent, what consent is, right? They can be asked, do you know what consent is? Right? And can you describe to us, the consent that was given to you, in your last relationship?
The curator is talking to
right?
somebody,
And they hum and ha, and and it's like, why are you asking these questions? And and they go very defensive. So anyway, those were some of the things that was on my mind, because of course we're stuck in here because of bad weather. We got bad weather going on here, but actually it's good weather. The plants get watered, and that's a beautiful thing. Now, there is bad weather where, there's tornadoes and stuff. But yeah, and hail damage, yeah, that's bad weather.
There could be somebody who is actually signed up with them